Good morning. Happy Thursday. It's 7:30 on this August 8th, and we're glad to have you with us here on Breakfast with Bridgett. I'm your host, Bridgett Ellison, and today we have a live guest coming up. She is a millionaire. She's an attorney. She is talking to you today about big savings for back to school and all those strategies to make sure you don't spend too much. And back to school is upon us coming up next Monday. Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos is with us in the Pinpoint Weather Center, getting us ready for a really, I don't want to use a negative word, but it's just going to be really hot, Candace. And I know you're looking forward to hearing about these back to school savings too.
You know me. I love a good deal.
You've
Love a
put
good
me
deal.
on to some deals over the years, so
And right back to
we
you.
yeah we try to share those.
Yeah, but you know what? Walking the malls, indoor malls,
I like that idea. Yeah,
indoor, AC, AC,
I'm
AC.
thinking indoor
Yeah,
all
that, I
day,
mean,
every day.
listen, right now there is a reading at New Smyrna Beach for a feels like temperatures right now, 7:31 of 97 degrees.
Oh,
Ugh,
97 at
ugh.
7:31 in the morning.
Yeah, yep.
That's
So, with that being
disrespectful, Candace.
disrespect. All right. All right. Let's talk about those temperatures out the door right now. It's like that blowtorch feel the moment you walk out the door because we do have a breeze in place, but it is a hot breeze right now at Cape Canaveral out there at 82 degrees. Those wind gusts right now picking up at about 21 miles per hour. But the feels like temperature is really going to get you for today. We're talking major heat, a little more storms in the forecast for this afternoon, and then we're going to get back to more typical summer setup as we head into your weekend. And speaking of back to school, Bridgett, as you're checking off the list of all the things we need to get before school starts, making sure they've got those sturdy water bottles that stay nice and cold. And on Monday, when you're getting them ready for school today, Monday, making sure that they're packing those water bottles with plenty of ice. Radar right now, we are looking dry. We were tracking a big old spot of storms in the Atlantic, and we're going to continue to see most of that push away as Tropical Storm Debbie, by the way, has finally made its second landfall in South Carolina early this morning. There it is, a current temperature of 82 degrees, and then that smaller number highlighted in orangey red. That's the feels like temperatures. I know there's a lot of numbers here, but it just really shows you the comparison. 82 is our temperature in New Smyrna. It feels like 97. 83 in Sanford. It feels 10 degrees hotter right now. And look at this, Titusville. That just updated.
Mm,
Temperature right now of 84 degrees, but it feels like 99 degrees outside.
that's
So
unbelievable.
heat advisories, I know, heat advisories are in effect. We basically have lingering tropical moisture that is still keeping it feeling extra hot. And we also have that southwest breeze that is making the temperatures even hotter. So it's a combination that's really going to make it feel sweltering today. Heat advisories will be in effect because we're going to be feeling those feels like temperatures in excess of 107, 108. That's what triggers those advisories. So 107, potentially to 114 degrees will be the average heat index this afternoon. Again, as we take you here hour by hour, 97 will be our high today, which will be about a degree or two shy of actually breaking records this afternoon. By the way, the records were set back just last year. So it was this hot last year on August 8th, 2023. Looking at your weekend forecast, it is the last weekend of summer break, and it looks like we're going to be ending very much like how we started the summer, hot, mid 90s, mostly sunny. We got that southwest breeze, scattered storms throughout the afternoon as well. And as you get results here, the full 7-day forecast. As of now, nothing tropical to be too concerned about. There will be lots of stuff to talk about probably next week in the tropics with Breakfast with Bridgett. Jonathan Kegas will be really focusing on that in his Weatherwise coming up after Breakfast with Bridgett. But um, we talked a little bit about it yesterday, Bridget, that we still have only 4 named storms so far this season. So there's some folks out there that think, well, it's been a slow season. That
What's
I
the
mean,
last
we're
day of the season again?
November 30th.
That's so far away.
We've got a long time to go,
We got to get to
and
Thanksgiving.
we do, and I know a lot of people like to switch their brains off when back to school happens because we think, okay, summer break is over, summer tropics are over, but we still got a lot of activity to go
Yeah.
through. Forecasts are talking about 2025 storms potentially when this season is all said and done, and we've only had 4.
Hmm.
We've only had 4. So when you're at the stores in the AC today and throughout the weekend, and you're getting your supplies going, don't forget that you need to also be looking at some deals possibly for batteries. I believe there is a tax tax savings stretch, I believe, coming up in September. So if you need to wait for that, just heads up that there is that going on. But I know that a lot of people like to wait to the last minute. But this is the best time to start kind of looking over stuff, taking those
Yeah.
inventories. Do we have enough AA batteries? Do we have enough working flashlights? Do we know if our generator is working?
And you know
These are
that
the
I want to add too, because you're talking about
yeah.
this heat, Candace. I don't mean to interrupt, but we store so much stuff in the garage, and a
Mm,
lot of these supplies don't hold up well in those hot garages. So you do want
yeah.
to check your supplies and just see if they're even intact. You might need to replace some things.
Right. So even if you can't afford right now to be dealing with back to school shopping and hurricane preparation shopping too, at least make a tally. Get on your notepads. I have a running notepad of things I need to get for whatever the case may be, but have that running tallies that way. When there's finally that deal and that tax break, you can get out there and get what you need
I
to
got
do
to drop my
before.
supplies off today.
All right. See, again, we just got to compartmentalize, get those back to school stuff done, but also if you have the opportunity to like look through some stuff, this would be the time to do it. Not saying that there's something impending, that no impending doom happening around the corner, but it is going to be a busy season and we don't want to get caught with, you know,
You don't
the
want to
sale.
be caught out there looking at those empty shelves because, that's the worst.
It's that extra level of panic, So to do your due diligence. You're a Floridian. You live here.
Oh, and if you like to take risks, you can get a good deal on a cruise right now. Like if you go
You
during the
could.
hurricane
You
season,
could.
just put some insurance on it.
And make sure you have the Dramamine.
But they do.
That's
I
hey,
mean, they are a little bit lower during the hurricane season. The rates are. So,
you're right. You're right. So man, you're dropping
so
all the discount
wait,
deals today.
we'll get to the millionaire expert in a minute, but yeah. But yes, I think that, for the at-risk groups, they need to stay indoors today for sure. Like,
Yeah, it's very hot. Making sure you're staying hydrated, taking those breaks. If you don't need to be outside for long periods of time, unfortunately, I know there's a lot of folks who work outside. Just making sure that you're listening to your body, making sure that if the kids are outside, making sure that you're checking in with them, making sure that they're staying hydrated, adding maybe a little bit of extra electrolytes in their
yeah.
water too will certainly help.
All right. Thank you, Candace.
You're welcome.
Always a big weather story. Thanks.
Always.
All right. Let's check in with Trooper Steve out in results 1, getting ready to roll out. Good morning.
Good morning. Thought I was going to not be able to do this. I was having
Oh,
some audio issues.
okay.
Now I guess we're back. I hear you loud
Okay.
and clear now.
Well,
We good.
seize the moment while it's still working.
Yeah. I was like going through 2 phones here, and I'm like, which one do I use?
Gotta love it.
But our roadways are looking better out there after that earlier active water rescue, Bridgett. We started the morning off pretty crazy out on the east side. So we'll go, let's do traffic first. Right now, westbound Colonial on the east side. So Avalon Park headed westbound, out by 408. That pond right there was absolutely surrounded, probably by 20, 25 first responders after a single vehicle ended up going in the water. Now, the good news, that individual was rescued by first responders. We were watching them dive into the water. They've been transported to the hospital, and they are going to be okay. So that is some good news for a pretty nasty situation. Speed limits out there, much better. Obviously, you're seeing traffic flow by very nicely. I appreciate everyone doing 35 to 40 mile an hour out there as you head westbound. No issues anymore. 408 also looking pretty good. Where are the delays this morning? They're out here, surprisingly. Westbound I-4 in Deltona, up by the kind of close to the Saxon area. Traffic was built up pretty good. Earlier disabled vehicle. Not sure if maybe there were some road rangers with lights going on, slowed people down. But in Seminole, nice and clear. Forest City, Altamont Springs, east and westbound along Maitland. And then the attractions. Welcome to the Thunderdome. It is slow out there, eastbound, as you approach 535, almost bumper to bumper. And then we're seeing a little bit delays along Poinciana Boulevard and, of course, the 535 area. But wait, there's more. as you're continuing coming in from Polk County, I have noticed, Bridgett, we have gained a lot of Polk County viewers. So I'm not sure if you guys are using some pretty amazing digital satellites or just watching us streaming, but welcome to the family. Every day you're going to have an eastbound delay from 27 to Champions Gate. Outside of that, Bridgett, traffic looking pretty good. No major issues anywhere else. We're actually nice and smooth out there. So today I'm going to welcome in a guest, 10 a.m., and I'm going to go pick up elected tax collector J.R. Kroll. He is the Seminole County tax collector, and there's been a lot of questions when it comes to updating your driver's license, how you can do that, tag updates, and I got to renew my tag at a Publix kiosk just a few months ago. I know Crystal did a deep dive into this last year when they started popping up, but I figured let's welcome the person who puts this stuff out there, the new rules, new updates. So I'll welcome the tax collector at 10 a.m. over at clickorlando.com right here in Results One.
All right, we're going to learn something for sure. And
I
hopefully
hope so.
cut down on our wait times to get stuff like that done. So,
amen to that.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you later.
Okay, see you then. So we started off the morning show with some good news today, and it's always nice when we can stack several good news stories together. And so we have an update on one of the deputies who was hurt in that ambush, headed home and had a nice message for the community and all the support. So Mark Lehman has more on that now.
During an intimate vigil at St. Thomas Episcopal Church in Eustis, the community came together last night to pay tribute to the life of Master Deputy Bradley Link. News 6's Troy Campbell spoke with his colleagues.
I'm one of the chaplains at the sheriff's office, so he was my brother, and I, definitely support him and his family.
Injured deputies Harold Howell and Stefano Gargano were also honored during the service. It comes after Howell was released from the hospital yesterday afternoon. The sheriff's office releasing this video along with a statement from the injured deputy saying it is bittersweet to finally be home after this event. I would like to thank my Lake County Sheriff's Office family for their unending love and support.
We give thee thanks for all thy servants who have laid down their lives in the service of our community.
And as so many are still reeling from Friday night's ambush, it's that support that will help get family and friends through this difficult time.
How is the sheriff's office family getting through this week?
Believing God, praying, asking God to take us through this grieving process.
And, it is going to be a long process. And you can read more about ways you can help support the deputies and their families and, all the expenses. We have those stories on clickorlando.com. They have GoFundMe set up to help out as well. And we'll be following that, and we'll have the services on Saturday streaming as well. So you can look for that information. Right now, we want to tell you about some back-to-school savings, some new schools coming up. But we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Breakfast with Bridgett at 7:45. We're excited to have a live interview this morning with an expert on savings because she is a self-made millionaire. We have Chrissy Grigoropoulos with us this morning, author of Lady Shark, How to Make Millions in Your 30s. Good morning, Chrissy.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Tell us a little bit about your background and how, all this came about with your book and, being a self-made millionaire.
Sure. So the professional title would be an attorney. So I am an attorney. I do personal injury here in New York. I also am a corporate real estate broker, Property Shark Realty, Inc. And I am the author of Lady Shark, How to Become a Millionaire in Your 30s, where I provide insight on how financial literacy and education really help you, along with some fire, on how to become a millionaire at a young age.
And you're passionate about financial literacy as well. I know we're going to talk about back to school and ways to sort of save and ways to, even involve the kids in this. But
Yes.
why are you passionate about financial literacy?
So, I mean, there's adults nowadays that really don't have a concept of what their month to month bills are. And, it's hard to step forward and just gain financial freedom if you don't really know what your day to day expenses are and what the requisites are on a month to month basis. So, I think if you start off your children young, and obviously back to school, something that they have to do every year, sometimes you have to get supplies throughout the year. So, really teaching them the value of the dollar. I know it's easier said than done. But little by little, explaining to them you have this much money and you need to buy these things. And if you are good at saving, maybe you can incentivize them that a non requisite can be purchased by them if there's leftover money. So you kind of make it a game and something a little bit fun that they can look forward to.
So it starts early. So you're saying involve the kids even with these school supplies because it does add up. I know that here there's an option where you can maybe order a box of supplies. You just tell them which school, which grade, and they will send you the box. And it's so convenient, but you're paying for those conveniences. And so when people are really trying to stretch that money, especially if you have a big family, there's ways to really rack up the savings.
For sure. You definitely want to try to combine lists, kind of see what exactly the basis is of what you need, try to check out the deals, try to look online, in store. If you're really on a tight budget, you really want to check store to store. You don't want to just be hasty when you're making your decisions and purchases because there really are some good deals out there, especially now that back to school is very imminent. 2-for-1 deals, binders. Walmart is a big one that has provided tons of back to school savings. Sometimes you find better deals in a dollar type store, and sometimes it's actually more money because they do want to pump it up to have that requisite of a dollar or in that range. So some other big name companies may be a better fit.
And the pickup option is good too if you want to avoid going in and you end up picking up things you didn't intend to get, right?
For sure.
Or just order
It's
them
like
straight
going
to you.
to a supermarket when you're hungry. You just want to buy everything.
That's why they put the BOGOs right there at the door, right?
There you go.
And it gets you every time. When it comes to the couponing and price matching and some of those strategies, how do you want to make sure you get that worked into whatever you're trying to pick up?
That's a really good question. When you have older kids, the scientific calculators, they're really expensive. Staples is a big one that does price matching. Walmart additionally can also provide that. So there's different stores that do the price matching. Again, look online. Sometimes Amazon has their own brand that's way cheaper than specific brands that are in store or the name brand that everyone may purchase. So you definitely want to take a look and see what's what with between store to store and compare it with online before making your purchase for the higher valued higher priced items.
And we talked about like if you have a huge family, more, two or more kids, it adds up so fast. So
Right.
what can you do to sort of help mitigate the cost just multiplying so quickly?
Sure. Well, you obviously buying the bulk stuff is definitely helpful. The bulk stores that give you multi packs, trying to reuse some items from last year. If you have your children using water bottles, if you're using durable items, scissors, rulers, sometimes they can be handed down from child to child. Good luck with paper folders. I'm sure those aren't lasting year after year, but take a look and see what you already have. You'd be surprised when we take a look in our junk drawers in the kids' rooms what you already have, so you won't be repetitive in buying stuff. When you do have a big family, you really want to make use of everything that you have.
For sure, for sure. And, a little bit more about your book, How to Make Millions in Your 30s. So you being self-made and you obviously have been able to optimize multiple streams of income. But what do you tell young people in terms of still going after the American dream, so to speak, because, we hear a lot of financial news every week about different situations that sort of make it harder to attain?
Definitely. Well, anything that's easy, usually isn't worth it, but you have to try, you have to work hard with what you want in your life, and realistically, you have to love what you do. We work so much. Sometimes we spend way more time at work than we are with our families and doing things that we would like to do. So, if you're passionate about something, don't listen to the naysayers, figure out a plan, even at a young age. I finished high school when I was 16. I graduated early. A lot of people were like, why, have fun with your friends. And not that I didn't have fun with my friends, but you find things that you prioritize and you just focus, and
Mm-hmm.
anything can be achieved. The sky is not the limit. So anything that your child wants to do, just encourage them. I know that sometimes, you have I want to be a basketball player, I want to be a singer. And you know what? Sometimes they do have that inside of them. And sometimes you can teach them that you need plan B, plan C. So I think that backup plans are definitely key to have multiple income streams and just in case. So there's different ways of maybe deterring something without really being negative, because I know growing up, if I was told no, I would want that thing even
Yeah.
more. So realistically, you just want to encourage them. Children are sponges, even through grade school, even in high school, they have these ideas, and sometimes they're very diligent and they're adamant about pursuing that thing, especially when there's many people saying that they cannot. So definitely being focused and never giving up on really what you want.
Mm-hmm. Are you pro them working or maybe having an allowance with an agreement of a certain type of work ethic or performance?
Oh, for sure. I have a 3-year-old who loves shopping
Yeah.
every day. Mommy, let's go shopping. And I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? So we try to encourage her to do chores. Okay, you want to go shopping, but do you
Yeah.
have any money? Okay, I have money. Let me go do, X, Y, or Z and around the
Yeah.
house. Pick up toys. Obviously she's 3, so they get more intense as they get older.
Right.
But it's definitely good to teach them that. I know that it's really hard because I think as parents, you really want to give your kids everything that you didn't have, or just make it easy
Mm-hmm.
for them, or just buy them stuff just because you
Right.
can. But it's so key to
Mm-hmm.
teach them that, I may do that for you, but the world is not like that. And you're not
Yeah.
getting anything for free. So teaching them financial responsibility, that working equals then having income or some type of tangible money item to exchange for something that you want, is really important. So they're in tune with reality.
Right, exactly. So how can we keep in touch with you and, follow along for more advice and insight?
Yes, thank you. So the website is theladyshark.com. If you're interested in getting the book, it's a great gift for young teens, college age kids, even adults way over 30 have said that there's great things that they've learned from the book that they're able to take on. In the back of the book, there's also a workbook that helps you really gain financial literacy and knowledge with your own life, and help you get to the next step to have more freedom. You can get it on Amazon. You just type in Lady Shark on Amazon and it comes to you within a day. I'm a great fan of Amazon, but it is available in bookstores, hundreds of different bookstores if you take a look online, or Barnes and Nobles.
All right, Chrissy. Well, thanks for the tips, and it was great chatting with you. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, have a great day.
Thank you, you too.
Thanks. Speaking of back to school, Volusia County has 2 new schools, and our Ezzy Castro has more details on that and the excitement leading up to back to school.
This is the main entrance of the school when the kids come in on Monday. They're going to recognize their totem pole because it's from their office.
Principal Dr. Julie Roseboom and Volusia County School Board Carl Persis giving us a tour of the brand new Tomoka Elementary School. And this morning, they will be prepared to welcome the community with a ribbon-cutting celebration.
We are ready to go. The kids will be here on Friday morning for meet the teacher, and then they come and start school on Monday, the 12th. We cannot wait to get them inside and see their little faces when they see their brand new school.
The original building opened in 1968 and it was demolished last year to make way for a 2-story building that will be the home to almost 600 students and 83 staff members.
Let's talk about funding now that you mentioned that. How was that?
Yeah, well, when I mentioned that the school was planned in 2014, that's when the initiative was starting for the new half-cent sales tax.
Gotcha.
So that half-cent sales tax went before the voters in 2016, and it listed schools that were going to be replaced.
The district is also opening another state-of-the-art school, the new Turry T. Small Elementary School in Daytona Beach.
So that's exciting for them. And of course, we'll be covering all the back to school headlines coming through in the coming days. The Lake Mary Lake Mary All-Stars are really gearing up for a big time right now. They had a huge welcome home yesterday in Seminole County, and they're getting ready to head right back out to the Little League World Series. So they're going to head out to Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and they are just one of 20 teams who get to take part in the Little League World Series. And we're going to be there every step of the way. Look at them. They look like all-stars, right? I'm ready for them to be the champions. So let's root them on. You can support them. Check out our stories on clickorlando.com. And our own Justin Wormuth will be actually going to Williamsport. And he says it's a dream come true for him as well because he played baseball growing up. So he's excited to go to the World Series with the Little Leaguers. And those reports will start on Monday. So we're looking forward to that. Before we go, we want to let you know about another great giveaway. You know, we've been talking about savings. This might be one way to save. Do you need a new refrigerator? You know, they don't last as long as they used to. We're giving away a fridge, and we're giving away a $500 grocery gift card. And so all you need to do is go to clickorlando.com/insider. It's free to sign up to be an insider, and you can enter contests like this and get that chance to win because, hey, that would be a nice way to start off the school year with a nice fridge and stock up on all that stuff for snacks and lunch because you know they're going to run through that faster than you think. So that's going to do it for us this morning. And we'll be back with more breakfast on your Friday. Please stay cool out there because don't say Candace didn't warn you. And I will see you at noon and hope you have a great day.